Hey guys, it's Kelly. Hey, I'm going to do a quick tutorial and show you guys how I make these little burlap bags. Super cute. It's got a little battery operated tea light on there. Of course that's optional. A lot of things are optional, but I'm going to show you how to make this, so I'll be right back. Okay guys, so here we go. I'm going to show you how to make this cute little thing. I got my peppermint tea with my peppermint stick that is melting in there. One of my favorite things of the season. So this is a little burlap bag, and I have some of these available in my store. They're all different, and I've sold out of a couple of them of one style, so I've got different ones. But I'm going to take this tea light out. Simple little tea light. These are really cheap. You can get them at Walgreens, or they probably even have them at the dollar store. I'm going to turn that off so it doesn't lose its light. But my stickles aren't dry yet, and I keep messing them up. But so here we go. The size of these burlap, you can make any size that you want, but the size that I'm using, they vary by a little bit when you buy them. They're like 5 by 3. Yeah. They're 5 by 3. A little cheap. I got these at Michael's in like the $1.50 bin, and I think there's 2 or 3 in a bunch. So, and this one, I left it completely open. So this you can give a small gift in there. See all the room in there? You can give a small gift in there. Or you can use it as an ornament. You can put a hook on it and hang it on your tree. Or both. You can put it on your tree as an ornament and then put something in there. And then surprise somebody. Oh, there's one more present. Look in that little bag on the tree. I love that idea. So that's what we're going to do. So, and you know, you guys don't want to make it exactly like I make it. You know, you just kind of want to use this more for inspiration. I call it a tutorial because I'm going to show you how I do it, but I'm not like, here's the supplies that you need and follow along with me. It's not like that. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I use. Now this one here I played with and I didn't like how it turned out, so I gessoed over it. So hopefully that Sharpie isn't going to come through, but this is what it started off as. They're just little chipboard pieces. You could use Cameo too, but I'm not sure how I'll color that. So that's where that came from. Let me get some more light in here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so let me see if I can remember how I did this. So I'll tell you some of the supplies that you're going to need if you kind of like this. So get some pretty lace and pretty ribbon. This is some that I'm using. I think I got this from Nurse Tara 04. I think. Oh, I think that's who gifted that to me. And you don't have to use a chipboard embellishment. You can use any embellishment. Cameos look great on these. And if you have these cameos, let me grab one. Is it stuck? Yeah, it's stuck. These are gorgeous. And mine, these ones I got from Monique over at Better Be Scraps. She's got a really nice selection. So these go fantastic on these burlap bags. So you don't have to use a bird. I'm just kind of mixing things up. But you can put a cameo on there and these look great. But what I'm doing this time is kind of like a little white Christmas, and I wanted to use some white flowers and kind of change it up a little bit. So, and I like the smaller bird. It's just a better scale. The big one would work out, but not with what I'm doing. I don't like it as much. So get a burlap bag, some cute little embellishments that you'd like. I'm using some flowers. Heat up your glue gun, turn that on. You're going to need your Christmas stamps because you're going to want to put a small little sentiment on here. I'm really limited on my Christmas stamps, so I have to use warm Christmas wishes, and it's kind of big, but it works. We make it work. So, and this is just a sprig thing I got from Michael's, and I just cut off the pieces that I want that fit with my projects. So I'm going to be using that. And then some paints. I chose these paints. I've got Martha Stewart's Pearl. It's Mother of Pearl. And then Martha Stewart's Light Gold. Okay, and I like this on my bird. And then I like this to paint my bag because I want it to have like a little whitewash look. I don't know if you can see it on there. You could use gesso too, but this paint has this one. It's pearl. It has a little shimmer to it. So, and I like it. I think it looks pretty. So first what we're going to do, get your paintbrush. You're going to need a cup of water too. And You know, we'll just do it as we go. We'll figure it out. I don't need to do that. Okay. Now you guys know why I usually do voiceovers, because I babble. I'm just going to put a little bit of paint down there. I'm going to paint my bird. It's going to take a couple coats to not show that blue. And if that blue shows through this paint, it might be okay, because it's more like a teal. I'm actually using the teal accents. So it might actually turn out even better. We'll just have to see how it works. Don't take your heat gun to this because after you put your gesso on there, I definitely recommend putting gesso on there first. But once you put your gesso on there, and then this Martha Stewart paint, it's pretty thick, and it bubbles. And the bubbles will definitely not look, you don't want that kind of texture on this bird. It just doesn't look right. So, but there's that. And that's probably going to dry up on me. Slap some more on there. It's better to wait until it dries. And I'm not going to freak out. If that teal shows through, it'll just be a really cool accent. I'm not even going to worry about it. And this does not have to be perfect. Okay. I'm going to get some of that color off my brush. And then I'm going to paint this. And there's no, just randomly, guys, just rub it on there. You can even just grab your fingers if you want. I'll probably wind up doing that. But do it in different directions too, because you don't want it to have like some kind of pattern that messes up with the flow of it. It needs to be very, very random. And I'm going to do it on both sides. I got a big glob right there. Just take that off. I don't know which side's going to be my front. I do not know. And it doesn't matter, because both sides will be pretty by the time we're done. It's really, really easy to do. Your kids could do this. Just slap some paint on. Most of it's going to be covered up anyway. And you know what? I'll even use some of this gold so it doesn't get wasted. Won't even be able to see it, but it does make it, see, I mean, it adds to it, makes it better. Okay. So it looks like my bird is going to keep that teal color to it. And you know what? I'm fine with that. We're going to go with it. Clean this off. See, it's still showing through. And let's see if I can do one more coat. What am I? Light gold. So the bird is light gold, mother of pearl for the bag. And I like how in the eye, earlier what I did was I painted it with the mother of pearl, and then I used my teal colored Sharpie and just traced in the embossed areas of the chipboard piece. And I wasn't that crazy about it. But I like that better now that it's kind of toned down a little bit. Yeah, I'm liking that better. I just cleaned my brush and messed it up again. I just don't want to waste my paint. I'll use it all up. How'd that work out? That was funny. It's a different color, but that's okay. They are pretty close. Okay, so we're going to let those dry. It will just take a little bit, won't be too long. And while those are drying, what we'll do is we'll get our flowers together and decide what sprigs we want. So I want one of these little white flowers, and then I'm going to ink it. And I liked on this one, I'll show you again, I liked on this one how these two little things dangle down. Hopefully you can see that. I like that. So I think I want to do that again. So I'm just looking on here to try and find one that's going to work. And you know what? This one right here will work. And I'm just going to use my wire cutters because this is a really good piece. Really thick and it's made well, but I'm going to take this off. I don't need this. I'm going to cut it down. I might as well use these flowers. I have lots of different flowers to choose from, but I'm just going with what I have here. So, you guys can choose whatever you would like. Now what I decided to do with this flower before, which I really liked how it turned out, is I used peacock feathers distress ink, and I just lightly went over the leaves. Put in my finger and just lightly went over it just to colorize it just a little bit. And it ties in all the teal colors. It's really light, and this is just a makeup sponge. Okay. I'm happy with that. Put my ink away. And then after I had done that, I really liked the look of the paint in the middle. I had a little extra last time, so I'll just do one little drop. Very, very, very subtle. My brush is not clean. Okay. Hopefully I'm in the screen, you guys can see this. You see the shimmer? It's a really subtle shimmer that it puts in there, and I really like it. It's one of those subtle little details that we all think that everyone else overlooks until they really get a good look at your projects. And they probably do, but you know it's there. And that's all that matters. Oops. Okay. There we go. You see inside there? Very, very pretty. I'm going to put stickles in there, so it doesn't really matter. It's just a little bit. Okay. Now, this bird is facing this way, so I think I want my sprig to do, I'm going to do it opposite, a different angle this time. So, let's see. I like that showing. I'm going to have to bring it over the side. You can manipulate these things however you like. My paint's still a little bit wet. There we go. That's how I like it. Just gotta manipulate it to get it to the way I like it. I don't like that wire sticking out. I'm gonna chop that right off. And there we go. My bird is still a little bit wet, but he will fit very nicely right there. Oh! There we go. Like that. My flower will go there. My bird will go here. Okay, it's going well. See how simple and fast this is? Okay. Now, oh, I was going to stamp. Here is just, as you can see, that's what I did with the other one. So I just saved the piece. And it's just scrap paper. And let me grab my stamp. That stamp did not work. I tried Happy Holidays stamp. It did not work. So, you know what? Maybe I'll do, let's think about this. This is going to go here. This is going to go there. And then my stamp, it's kind of a big stamp, but I'm kind of limited like I was telling you guys earlier. Ugh, look at what I did, darn it. I could put Winter Wonderland on there. Maybe I'll use that. And let me show you guys. This is where I'm getting them from. It's a Fiskars stamp. I'm going to try Winter Wonderland. And I'll just use Memento. I love the smell of this ink. Does that make me crazy? It might. It might. It smells like almonds to me. It reminds me of cookies. I like it. Okay. Stamp it down. I went for it. Turned out okay. Get my wipes. Okay. Oops. Where am I? Here we go. I think what I'll do is just stamp both because I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. So hopefully I'm in screen. I'm just doing all this while I'm waiting for my stuff to dry, my paint on my pieces. Voila! That turned out nice. It's always hard to stamp those ones with all the inked, you know, the black background like that. Sometimes that can be challenging. Okay. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to use, so I'm going to cut my little guillotine. Oh, I hope my ink is dry. Ugh, it's going to be crooked. And this one I'll fussy cut out, of course. Yeah, I'm not sure if that one's going to work out well. Maybe if I make it into like a banner. Let's see. Ugh, I gotta cut the rough edge off. It's okay that it's not absolutely perfect. Yeah, that's not going to work. Ha! Didn't think that was going to happen. Okay. Ouch. Yeah, don't do what I just did. That did not feel good. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if that one's going to work or not. So we'll just see. We'll lay it out and we'll figure it out. Okay, so I cut the bottom of this one and it's just a plastic bottom. And I'm actually, you can probably hear my kiddos getting all crazy downstairs. I might clip this a little bit more. It's okay that it has some lift because I want it to have some lift. Hopefully you're hearing me more than my kids. I'll go through all this and then I'll wind up having a voiceover or doing a voiceover. Okay. Okay. I'm going to cut this down here a little bit. Doesn't need to be that long. Okay. I'm fussing over it too much. Now, what you need to do, so that you don't glue your bag shut, because I want it open, my paint's pretty much dry, just stick some wax paper in there because you're going to be using hot glue. Shove some wax paper in there, all the way to the bottom, so that it doesn't stick, okay? That's how you stop it from closing your bag. I don't know if you guys, that's ever happened to you guys. It happened to me. Okay. I'm liking it. We're gonna go for it. I got my glue gun ready. I need some tea. That is so fabulous. Peppermint tea. 'Tis the season. I love it. Okay, I'm just going to do a string right here and push that down. Just a little bit right there. Push it down. And then get the bottom part down. You didn't just hear that, did you? Oh my God, I have a house full of boys and some of the things that they say is not appropriate. Hey guys, remember I'm doing a video.
What?
Remember, I'm recording. Everyone's hearing you. Good times.
Oh, sorry.
They are killing me. Dad was the one that said it, and now he's telling the boys to keep their voice down. That's funny. That's my family. I love them. Alright, I'm committing. Putting some glue on there and just going to stick it down. There we go.
For some reason I'm getting blocks out of my plane. I'm done.
Okay. I'll put my bird on. No fussing. And then I don't think that this Winter Wonderland is going to work out unless I cover my, yeah. Doesn't look like it's going to work out, huh guys? I don't like it up there. So we're going to use this one again. And we're going to do what I did to the other one. So I'm going to fussy cut this out and I'll be right back. Okay, so I cut that out. And then what I want to do with this is I want to emboss it so that it's a little thicker because it's going to get some movement on there. So I'm just going to use my clear embossing powder. You can use UD, you can use whatever you would like. But I am just going to use this. You can use Versamark if you'd like. But it wasn't quite as thick a layer as I wanted last time, so I'm going to try this. It's my Stampendous clear embossing ink. Oh my lord, my thing just almost totally fell off. That would have been tragic. The whole thing just almost, that was funny. It almost all spilled out. That actually happened to my friend one time when we were getting her scrap on. She squeezed it and it popped out. And her embossing ink fell everywhere. It Look at that, it's soaking it up. Darn it, it's not going to work out well. I might have to do 2 coats on this. I'm trying to hurry, and I probably shouldn't do that. Use my tweezers. Okay. I'm gonna heat it up. You're gonna hear my heat tool. Got a little bubbly, but that's okay. Eek, it's still hot. Be careful. I should have used archival ink, but I didn't. Nanner nanner. Okay, so there's my bird, and it has the eye is still there, and I kind of like that. I'm just gonna go with it. Whew. Yeah, that didn't emboss as well as I'd like it to, but for the sake of the tutorial, I'm just going to move on. Okay, so I like how that looks, kind of like the other one. And then before I do that, I'm going to put down my ribbon. And I just like to, this one I wrapped all the way around, and I really like that much better. So I'm going to do it that way. So I'm just going to kind of measure. What it's going to take to get me all the way around. Take about there. And then I'm going to cut it. And this one I'm not going to do the top because I'm not crazy about how that turned out on here. It kind of takes away from it. So I think I'm not going to do it on the top. Maybe I'll choose something different, but it's okay, but I'll do this one a little bit different. Okay, so I still have my wax paper in there, so my bag is still open. It's not glued shut, so I do want to make sure I push it down to the bottom. It will glue shut down here, but that's okay. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Go for it. Quick, quick, quick before it dries. There we go. Oh, I'm gonna need another glue stick. And those are not the right ones. There we go. A little more glue. Oops. Wow, how did I wind up with that much extra? Wow, I didn't think I had that much extra on there. And just one little dab of glue in there to glue it all together. There we go. Looking good, looking good. What am I gonna do with that? I don't know. Okay, and like I said, I'm not happy with how this turned out, but I'm not going to put you guys through redoing that, but use archival ink instead of the Memento that I used, and then emboss it, because it bled a little bit. It gives it more of a vintage look, because this is kind of like vintagey, you know, shabby. It's got everything mixed in, I think. Yeah, I think I'll put this down first and then have the bird kind of over it just a little bit, like that. Oh, you know what? If I use my hot glue gun, I'm going to reactivate that. I did that last time, but you know what? I'm just going to go for it. So be careful, guys, when you do that, because it will get your embossing powder hot again. And if you're poking your fingers in it, you'll get your fingerprint in it. Because I can feel the heat coming through. So be careful when you do that. Just dab it down quick. Big old blob of glue on there. Blob of glue on there. Down she goes. How quick is that? Granted, I'm not done yet, but I will be soon. Okay, and I like how that dangles. All my projects, I really like to have a little bit of movement on it. Something needs to move. I don't know why, but that is just something that I like. Some part of it has to move. If you guys have been watching me long enough, you probably have noticed that. Even like some of the jewelry pieces that I'm doing on my store. I mean, obviously it's jewelry, it's going to have some movement, but I just like it. Don't know. I think it just adds more interest. I'm sitting there just quiet, not moving. I'm just gluing down little pieces of the flower. I don't want the whole thing flat, but I do want it to have some openness to it. And I will put some stickles in the middle of that flower because I don't like that flower center. Oops, I don't like how that laid down. There we go. Okay. So I'm done with the hot glue. So I'm going to pull my wax paper out. There we go. So now my bag is still open. Okay. I am really liking that. How fast and easy is that? Now for the beads. So we will do that. My hands are all painted. And I have it ready actually, guys. So let me bring my thing over. I actually got this ready and picked all my colors. So for those, now this is not necessary, guys. This is really pretty just the way it is, okay? And you don't have to add this. I think it adds a lot, and I'll show up just to remind you. I think it just adds a lot. It makes it look very, very pretty. Just to add just a tiny little bead bobble on there. So I'll show you. So what you'll need is flat nose pliers. And guys, if you're looking to get new tools, and now I don't know, I can't really stand behind the Martha Stewart tools. I really can't. But the fact of the matter is, if you're on a budget and you want to try beading, and you just want to start out with some basic tools, like the round nose pliers and the flat nose pliers, and then the these are also chain nose pliers. But if you want to get them, Joann's had Martha Stewart stuff, including all of her tools, on sale for like 80% off here. And I paid like $2 for these. And these are completely flat. They're a little bit different from these ones. And I like them. But you might try that, guys, if you're thinking about, or maybe just having some extra ones. I don't know about the quality of them. I really don't. I can't stand behind that. But affordability, the price was really good. So So what I've got here, I'm going to see if I can zoom in. Let me make sure my battery. Let me zoom in a little bit. We'll try that. So I've got here is just a couple head pins, and I like the little ball at the end. I just think that makes it look more finished. 2 head pins. I've got 4 beads, just coordinated colors with the colors that I have. And then I am a spacer crazed person. I do not like to put just 2 beads together, okay? I'm going to show you why. I don't like it. Here we go. 2 beads together, okay? Isn't that nice? That's great. And I'm also going to end it. I'm so anal about this, guys. I can't help it. Once I figured out how to do it, I'm like, oh, there's a right way. And I definitely want to do it this way. So here's the deal. That doesn't look bad, right? That looks okay? That would be nice. Nothing wrong with that. This tiny little affordable little daisy spacer, I'm going to add this and show you. I personally, I'm sorry, my hands are a mess. I like this better. I just like it better. I think that it makes it look more elegant and finished. So, my husband's down there talking, babbling, even though I told him, honey, I'm going to be doing a video. So I might have to voice over. So here we go. So now I'm just going to bend it. I'm going to take my round nose pliers. Then I'm going to bend that over at a 90-degree angle. And then I'm going to roll and roll and roll it because this is going to get some wear to it. So I'm just going to roll it, roll it, roll it. That's the way I'm going to do this one. And there we go. There's my eye, ready to rock and roll. Then I'm going to do the next one. Super simple. I'm going to need a couple jump rings too, guys. I forgot, but I'll get them. And I like to finish it off. If I start it with the ball down there, I like to end it with a little ball up here. I just think it looks better. It's just my thing. And this is just a little bit crooked, so I just want to straighten that out. Okay. I'll take this, bend it over a 90-degree angle. I'm not even going to cut it. I'm just going to twist, twist, twist. There we go. Straighten it out a little bit. These are nylon, oh gosh, guys, I can't remember what they're called. I always forget the names of these things. But it's for like straightening wires and things like that. This is nylon, so you can squeeze, 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 and it's not going to bend the wire. As you can tell, I've got some use out of mine. Okay, these are just some findings. These are how I'm going to end the strands. But give me a minute and let me grab my jump rings. I just need 2. That's one thing. I thought it was already, but I forgot my jump rings. Where am I? Where am I? 1, 2. There we go. Okay. So before I add my jump rings to these, I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to add my findings on there to end these, because these are, I mean, it's burlap. It's supposed to be messy, I guess, but I'm going to fix it. Get my beading thing out of the way. Okay. So what I did last time, this is not a good burlap bag. Look at that. I should have figured that out before I did that. I don't like how that's pulling, but I'll tie it in a knot. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this knot off right down here, okay? Cut that. I'm going to cut that right at the knot, okay? And then I Probably should use E6000, but I'm going for quick. I'm going to use my glue gun and just add a little dab of glue on there to keep all these little strands together. And then I'm going to squeeze it. I don't know if I would recommend that for you guys, but it's what I did. If you don't want to burn your fingers, don't do that. Then I'm going to set that right in there. This is the first time I'm using it. There's a second time actually. First time was the last time. And then I'm going to squeeze it. I'm going to stick another little dab of glue in there because I want it to stay put and not slide out. I'll squeeze that down. And then I'm going to squeeze the other side down. Hopefully I'm in screen. Ugh, I'm so terrible about that. There we go. Once I'll close, there's some glue sticking out, but we'll get that. We'll take care of that. Not as clean and fancy as I would like, but we're just going to make do. These are a little off in their size, so I'm going to even it up. What a mess that just made. Then, oh, let me zoom back up. Okay. I hope I stayed in, guys. It's so hard sometimes when you're working, you're like, oh, I'm on a screen. Because I don't have a setup where I can like look up and see a TV and see like where I am. Wish I had that. That would be great. I don't. Stick that in there. Now these probably wouldn't last forever, you know, because I'm using hot glue, but because metal and E6000 work best together. They really do. But I'm just going for quick. Squeeze it down, pinch it, and pinch it. There we go. So now I finished those ends really nice, except for this little blob of glue, which I will take care of right now. I don't like it. Huh. I gotta get that off. There we go. Very nice. See? Okay. Then take my jump rings. For those of you that don't know how to open and close jump rings, I'm going to show you again. These are my rounded nose, or my curved nose pliers, and I like those best. I have a really cool ring that goes on my finger that Renier introduced me to that I like as well. But I don't have that out right now. So I use my jump ring, attach it onto there, close it nice and even. There we go. Oh, my nose is starting to run. There we go. These jump rings are kind of weak, but you never want to pull them apart. You always want to twist them, guys, for my newbies. And then stick it on there, and then twist it back. Easy peasy. How fast was that? We are done. We are done ski. You can get crazy. You can do all kinds of things with it. Now, I'm not liking how when I pull this, I don't like how that gathers. When I tie it, it might fix it up for me and make it acceptable. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not really liking how that's working out. And this one looks like it does need something up here though, doesn't it? It needs something more other than stickles. But that's how you make this really quick. Get as creative as you guys want with it. There's so much that you can do. And I'm probably going to do a couple more tonight. So I might have more videos on how to do this. So there we go. And if I wanted to put on the other one like I did, some at the top, that might work out nicely. You know, now that I'm seeing it without it, I actually like it better with it. But if I have some different ribbon, you can mix ribbon. Sure, why not? And maybe I'd do this. I've done this on another one. I do it on the inside so that it just ruffles out like that. I think that's cute. I'll do that. I'll show you guys. So, you know what? I think I got a scrap piece somewhere. Bear with me, guys. Hold on, because I do not like to waste my ribbon, my lace. I think I have a piece that's already cut. I do. And I might have another one. Okay. Those don't match, so that's not going to work. So, yep, I think I'm going to do it on the inside. My glue gun's getting jammed. What do you need, honey? Q-tips are up on top. They're way up there. See them? Keep looking. That's my hubby. Say hi.
Hello? Q-tips up here.
Well, there were.
Oh, back here, sun shelter.
Are they hiding? Okay. I hope I'm still on screen.
Sorry, I was trying to find
That's alright. Yep, that burned. You guys might want to use one of those little, yeah, that burned again. You guys might want to use one of these little finger things when you're doing it. Now that I've kind of used to it by now, but there you go. And these are like, you can get these, well, where I got them. My friend here on YouTube, Kim Reed, sent me some, and then I had bought some too from Michael's. They're with all the Mod Podge stuff, like Mod Podge paper and all that they have now. It's not with like the normal crafting stuff, it's in a different area. So they are great when you're doing things like this, or like especially gluing lace and things like that, that you know you've got to push down with your hand, with your finger, and it's gonna burn you. Oops. Okay. There we go. Now I'm going to cut it. That's cute. I'm still not liking how it's gathering here. You know, there's a certain like ruffle when it gets pulled together that I kind of expect, and it's not happening. I need to glue this one last little part down. And there we go. Okay, how did that happen? Got caught around the bird tail. Okay, so I'm gonna force it. And I like how that looks. It's a different color than this one, and I'm not crazy about that, but I could ink it with some tie-dye and fix that right up, so I will do that. And let me get my I think this is my tie-dye one. Who knows? I used to label them, and then I got too busy. I said tie-dye, guys. I meant tea-dye. Hello. What was I thinking? You imagine me tie-dyeing this now? That is hilarious. Okay, there we go. There went my phone. Okay, now it's kind of taking the white off of that. Now I feel a little bit better about that. Okay. So, let's see. Put our little tea light in there. You can put it upside down if you want. It doesn't really matter once you get it in the bag. Kind of force that together. And just make a knot. And then another one, but don't do it too tight. And there we go. Isn't that cute? Super fast, super easy, not hard at all. Anybody can do it. You can put a gift in there, you can put a tea light in there and light it up on your tree. I love this. I think that looks nice. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you make one. I hope you're inspired to get your scrap on and make something beautiful. Thanks, guys. Bye. Who am I kidding? I'm not done yet. I forgot to put the stickles. I knew I was forgetting something. I don't like that flower center. So I'm going to use diamond stickles. And just squirt it in there. Much better. Tiny, tiny little thing to add. Much better. Alright, thanks again, guys. I'll be back soon.